If you don't do that, what can happen is hey guys, Kevin with Screaming Chicken here. Today we're going to show you some of the products that we offer here at screamingchicken.com for your 82 through 92 and 93 through 02 Camaro and Firebird rear suspensions. So we're going to show you a few of the products. We're going to show you the install on a Panhard bar relocation bracket, and then we're going to go over why you need them and what they do. So why would you need this? Well, if you've installed one of these Panhard bar relocation kit, then you would need this. So you'd install one of these so that you could install a larger aftermarket exhaust. As you can see in the car, it would sit like this. So this dip would give you extra clearance for larger exhaust. And then using these brackets in this location, you would drop your Panhard bar down lower. The problem is when you do that, you mess up the geometry of the Panhard bar. This bracket fixes that geometry. So you can see here, this is your relocation bar bracket, and this is the drop bracket. You can see how the holes are very close as far as distance from each other. So when you do something to one side, you want to do it to the other, just like you learned in algebra back in high school, so that everything is equal and you keep your geometry equal. If you don't do that, what can happen is you can actually end up hitting your Panhard bar against your relocation bracket bar. And you can see here, this one has been bouncing off one. So what happens then is you get a loud clunk, you lose suspension travel, and the car can sometimes act a little funky. So you don't want that. Here's all the parts laid out. We're gonna go show you what actually happens on the car and how things move around there so you can see. And then we'll show you how to install this bracket as well. Okay guys, so we explained to you why you need the Panhard relocation bracket. Now we're gonna go over some of the other parts under the rear suspension that we offer. So we've got, here are your factory sway bar brackets. They're stamped steel. We offer replacement brackets that are a thicker steel, and they're cut and curved to fit the bodies. So why would you want to replace your factory ones? Well, if you take this one here, you can see it may not show on camera very well, but this upper hole is deformed, and the same thing can happen to these lower holes because of rust and just, you know, metal degradation, and the sway bar can actually pull out of this hole, you know, under hard forces. This is a factory one that's been powder coated, so it looks a little bit better, but when you move to the ones that we have these manufactured here locally for us. And here you can see we have it installed on this car and the new stainless hardware that comes with it. Okay, what we're about to cover is 4th gen specific, so 93 through 02. We're going to cover the 3rd gen after this, so that'll be your 82 to 92. So here we've got a pretty popular product. It's a polyurethane bump stop. The reason we recommend upgrading to this is if we take the factory rubber bump stop that came off this car, you can see this one's pretty beat up. This is a low mile car. These were only on the car for about 10,000 miles or so before we put the poly ones on there. And this one's just, it's real beat up. It's in rough shape. You can see the other one is pretty beat up as well. These are actually from a well-known aftermarket company. These are a rubber reproduction from them. There's also a foam factory style reproduction. It's like a foam rubber type. They do not hold up well. The bolt holes don't line up great. We don't recommend those just because you have a lot of issues. And then you can get the polyurethane style that we do recommend, but you do have to make some minor changes to make these fit. So what you have to do is you have to modify your bump stop spacer in here, because these have a flat flush fit. Now to modify them, it's not hard. All you have to do is take and cut this piece here off, or if you don't want to go through the trouble of doing that, we do offer them pre-modified, where we cut them and clean them up. We have them powder coated so they'll look nice. And then you can use these with the polyurethane bump stops. If you just get bump stops from us, you reuse your old hardware. If you get the spacers from us, we'll give you new hardware as well. For a 3rd gen, these will fit, but you do have to take and grind a little bit of this away for it to fit into the location where it would go. Then there's no spacer. Okay, so over time, your sway bar end link bushings, top or bottom, and then there's another set down here at the bottom, they'll wear out over time and your sway bar will stop acting like it should. What you can do to correct that is you can replace your bushings in the full end link, and it'll correct your problem. A lot of the aftermarket sway bars aren't really much bigger, so you don't gain a lot. So what you can do is just get new sway bar end links. You know, if you want to, you can have your old sway bar repowder coated, you know, replace all your bushings and your hardware, and it'll be brand new. It'll be just like new for a fraction of the cost of a, you know, aftermarket sway bar that you're not really going to gain anything from. Here we have the new sway bar end links with polyurethane bushings. Again, we recommend them for this. They'll last longer. You don't have to worry about them degrading so much over time. And then it's got new hardware and spacers with them as well. We also offer a new bushing for your torque arm, so that as that wears out, you can correct that, you know, your pinion from turning any. You don't want to mess up your pinion angles. And then new hardware for your lower control arms. You know, anytime you take these loose, you know, new nylocks, you know, new hardware is always recommended. Your factory hardware did not include nylock nuts, so putting those on there will help keep any of this from coming loose on you after you get it all torqued. One good note is you want to make sure that if you do replace your hardware, you want to have the weight of the car on it before you torque these down. All right, here's your factory Panhard bar bolt-in location right here. What this bracket does is you slide it into place, we'll bolt it into your factory location, and then it'll drop your Panhard down to here. There are two more little bolts that help keep it from, you know, wiggling, but all you're doing is looking to drop its, you know, ride location down about 2 inches, give or take a little here. Okay, so you do have to drill 2 holes for the installation. All you're going to do is take your bracket, slide it in, you'll put your upper bolt in and use it to hold it in place. Mark your 2 holes, take it back out, and then you'll need to drill the 2 3/8 inch holes. Not hard. Toughest part of it is just pushing around your parking brake cable. So from there, once you've got your holes drilled, you're going to take your new hardware, slide it back up into place. You're going to take your spacer and get it in here. This part can be a little tricky with the wiggling and the parking brake cable. There. And one thing I do, if you pull your parking brake cable down underneath just for this part, it's a little easier to wiggle around. And then you're just trying to get your holes lined up and push it through. There we go. And then you'll take your washer and your nylock. Get them started. We're not going to tighten down any of this just yet. We're going to take our smaller nuts and bolts. We're going to slide them through. We're going to put it this way. Again, put our washer in, and then our nylock. Okay, and then we'll take our second smaller bolt. Drop our nylock under our arm where we can't find it. Same thing. Put it through. Put your washer on, and then your nylock. I'm gonna spin under here a little bit so I can see better. There we go, got that started. And then you take your Panhard bar and you'll just slide it up into place here. Okay guys, from here you're going to want to torque up all your bolts. Your 2 smaller bolts, you're going to torque to 33 foot-pounds. Your upper bolt, you're going to torque to 70 foot-pounds, and your lower bolt, you're going to torque to 90 foot-pounds. Now on this side, you'll notice how these 2 bars are parallel. Now they're not going to interfere with each other and bottom out on each other. That's the whole purpose of that relocation bracket. Anytime you can get bars parallel, that's the goal. It'll give you a much better ride profile. All right, hopefully that gave y'all some good insight and information to your rear suspensions. Everything we went over today covers your 82 through 92 and 93 through 02 Camaro and Firebirds, with the exception of the bump stop spacers. Those are 4th gen only, and then modifying the bump stops specifically for your 3rd gens. As usual, guys, y'all know the drill. Like, subscribe, share. You know, help us get out to other people. Help us spread good information. We'll see you guys in the next video. And always come see us at screamingchicken.com.